There are several different versions of pictorial drawings, but today we're going to focus on the perspective drawing, and in particular we're going to look at one-point perspectives. As you can see, we have an isometric drawing set up. Now we need to set up the things we need for a perspective drawing. For a one-point perspective drawing, the very first thing you need to do is set up a horizon line, and this is really true for any perspective drawing. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to draw a horizon line going across my page. Now on that horizon line, I also need to put a vanishing point. And this is going to be a single point that's going to be on our horizon line where all of the depth lines are going to go back to. With a one-point perspective drawing, the height and the width are actual size or representative to scale of the size of the object. And then the depth is kind of up to the creator of the image. So at this point, we need to go in and draw the front view of our isometric drawing. Our item is 4 blocks high, 7 blocks wide. The top is 2, and then we'll finish off everything else here. So now I have matching width and height of my isometric to my one-point perspective drawing. Again, any horizontal lines that represent width are going to be shown here, and any vertical lines that represent height are going to also be shown. The only thing that's not going to be truly to scale is the depth. In order to represent depth, the first thing we need to do is draw construction lines going back towards our vanishing point to give us an idea of where our part's going to actually exist at. So I'm going to go from each corner and take it back to the vanishing point. Now that I have all the construction lines established, I can go in and figure out what I want the depth of my object to be. The nice thing about perspective drawing is you can't really be too wrong about this. You're just trying to get it to look generally like it does on the isometric. So close is good enough in this case. And for close, I'm going to say that the depth of this object is right about there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to trace all of my horizontal and vertical lines starting with the top line that I just drew. And I'm just going to keep going until I hit construction lines. Once I hit a construction line, I know that I need to switch the direction that I'm going. So at this point I have all of the lines established. I just need to darken in the construction lines that go between my two sets of visible lines. And now we have a one-point perspective drawing totally completed. As you can see, the front view, or the total width and total height, is correct, but the depth looks a little funky, and there's not really any parallel lines when we're talking about depth. They all go back to a single point called the vanishing point. But that's all there is with one-point perspective drawings. There's also 2- and 3-point perspective drawings that we'll address in another video.